What's up, traders? Matt from the Trade Brigade here doing a technical analysis on ticker symbol NVAX for Novavax Inc. On the left-hand side, we have the daily time frame, and on the right-hand side, the 30-minute intraday time frame. First things first, we have covered this one in the past before, and the main thing to discuss is the activity from Friday's session here, where a lot of the vaccine companies actually saw moves lower based on the news that Merck has come out with a pill to treat the sickness, of course, that we are dealing with. So if we scrunch the chart up, remember that in past episodes we also pointed out this prior shelf of support resistance there. We would have expected it to act as support. Now, I'm not saying that anyone caught the dead low inside of Novavax, but it's at least worth noting that that's exactly where we bottomed out. So from a technical perspective, we are respecting support and resistance, which of course is a good thing for building the case further to follow technicals inside of a stock like this. So anyways, talking about what we have in play here, certainly a gap overhead. So up and over Friday's high at 192.41, we'd essentially look for the gap to start closing up towards Thursday's low around $200.32. I would just use 200 as a nice psychological area. You can also see it was a prior cluster of lows right around this zone. So if we get the gap fill, start looking out for potential short-term reversals, right? I'm not saying that it has to do something like this and come back down towards the lows, but on a gap fill, generally you can expect some sort of resistance here and look for a potential reversal back a little bit lower. Again, not a complete rollover, but a little bit lower. So that's what I'm watching out for to the upside, around 200 as a psychological number. In terms of the strength of the bounce, obviously we have this massive lower wick from Friday's session, huge volume down below. How did this all go down, right? Let's take a look through the lens of the 30-minute and of course our favorite tool, the Fibonacci's here. We'll come in from the high of the move and we'll drop it down to the low of the move. And obviously on the bounce here, we recaptured the 38.2 here. We recaptured the 50 and even attempted to recapture the 61.8 all on the first go, right, off of the dead low. But we did give it a little pullback and then recaptured it into the end of the day. So to me, extremely high likelihood that we do come up and retest, right, the 100% retracement. As soon as you start closing multiple candles up and over the 61.8, the odds of that happening are dramatically increased, right? And after that, obviously, we are looking for the gap to fill towards that 200 number, which we did discuss. After that, what would be the next major upside target? Let's say there's a major move to the upside that unfolds. Well, from the 30-minute and also the daily, right, you can kind of see that this is an area of contention, right? The prior consolidation highs from in here, sort of this daily bear flag, right? Something like this. So we'd be looking at about $211 as an upside target. After that, a ways to run into 227, the prior structural low from this zone, and I would just call this a range from in the past, right? So that would be the upside areas. To the downside, the critical area to hold at this point in time would simply be this, not only was it prior structure, right? We talked about this on the daily from in here, but it's also the 61.8. So if we continue to move forward, you want to see consolidation here. Again, take that gap fill trade if you so choose. And then after that, you're looking at those upside targets, which we just discussed. Underneath the 178-ish area, the 61.8, I would be careful. I would really, again, I'm not expecting a full rollover based on the strength of this afternoon bounce here, but you just never know, especially with a catalyst-driven thing as sensitive as biotechs and vaccines and things of that nature. So please just be careful underneath the 61.8. Again, I wouldn't assume that it takes out this low, but it could come down and revisit it at least, again, if there's some sort of catalyst that pushes that type of move. So if you enjoyed today's video, if you learned anything new about the levels, certainly let me know down below in the comments section or by giving the video a thumbs up. Don't forget our main channel is linked in the description, and all of that being said, I wish you a green trading week.